Hi all, my name is Terri Ord and I'm a retreat director for TOPS. I don't know about you, but I love to watch old movies, and one of my favorites is Back to the Future. I enjoy it because it's just pure entertainment. You know, it's a movie starring Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly, and he's a teenager who befriends a crazy scientist named Emmett Brown, who has a dog named Einstein. Anyway, they travel back in time in a DeLorean car that Emmett has made into a time machine that is fueled by plutonium. It's an exciting thing. I also like this movie because it reminds me that sometimes when I find it difficult to stay on my plan, and I hate the word diet, I need to go back to the basics of good health so that I personally will have a future. We need to revisit the basic fundamentals. Why did we join TOPS? So we don't have consequences like gaining weight. We learn things in life like managing our checkbooks, because if we don't, we end up broke. And also we have to learn tasks at work, or what happens? We get fired, right? We learn new skills working all the time. Now, I don't know about you, but working a new cell phone is traumatic. But if we don't learn it, we can't communicate with the outside world. We learn that we have to maintain our cars because if we don't, it costs a lot of money for repairs. And if we don't remember to put gas in it, guess what happens? We can't get where we need to go. So is it possible that maybe it's time for us to go back to the basics of sensible eating so that we do have our future? Could we be spending our time travel, our lives on others and other activities, and not focusing on the needs of our personal health and being number one in our lives? When we learn to balance a checkbook, or learn the new job, or how to operate the cell phone, or maintenance things like on our vehicle, we're using tools of success. And we can use these same tools to create our future. We have to revisit our tools, and of course TOPS gives us lots of great tools. One of the first ones that you need to remember is to be patient with ourselves, right? We didn't gain this weight overnight, and we're not going to be able to lose it overnight. Again, we need to be accountable. You know, if we're journaling and we had a huge baked potato, and we know it's a lot of bread exchanges, starch exchanges, and we journal that we had a small baked potato, guess what? Our body's going to count the calories for that big potato no matter what. We also have to be motivated, and we get our motivation when we attend our TOPS chapter meetings. Don't miss. We need to gain the knowledge, and the Choice is Mine is a perfect example of a tool that we can use to gain the knowledge that we need to be on this. We need to document our journey along the way, and that's very important because you can see what you need to improve on and where you need to go, okay? Ask questions, be informed. When you go to chapter, if you don't understand something, stand up and have it explained to you, all right? Be dedicated to the program. You know, we're all in this together, and we're not all perfect. So when we have a little oops, we have to remember our dedication to our health and to our future and get back on plan. We need to participate fully in life. That means we have to do the things that we need to do to be the best we can, which means walking or swimming or reading our TOPS manual or whatever it is to be participating. And we need to be flexible. I think that's my middle name, because every time I think something's going to be exactly the way I think it's going to be, it turns out to be exactly what I didn't think, and I have to adjust. So you have to be prepared for those times, even if it's going out to dinner with someone. And be active. You know, God gave us this body to move and groove, and we need to be doing that. So stay on plan and do your exercise. And pick an exercise that's fun and that you enjoy. That's the important thing. And remember your purpose. You walk through that door to TOPS for a reason. Get back to the basics. You need to use all these tools to be the healthiest that we can be. Because I know the reason that a lot of us walked through that door was so that we would have a future. We have to get back to the basics. Are you ready? You know, sometimes we think we know all there is to know about this job of losing weight and maintaining the weight. But I believe we have to keep going back to the quote basics, which is what? We have to measure. We have to journal. We have to schedule our time to exercise. We may not have plutonium for our time machines, but we do have TOPS, which is a wonderful organization. And sometimes we think we know all about it, but we have to keep going back. I've got my flux capacitor ready to go so I can go back to have a future. I hope you're ready to join me. Thanks. Have a great day.